Good afternoon, class. I am going to present to you my assessment of the Precede Proceed model, an ecological approach to health promotion. This model, the main purpose is to provide a structure for applying theories. It can be thought of as a roadmap. There are two steps to this model, which includes the precede phase and the proceed phase. The precede, predisposing, reinforcing, enabling causes in educational diagnosis and evaluation, and the proceed, policy, regulatory, organizational constructs in educational and environmental development. The phases for this model includes in the precede phase, social diagnosis or assessment, the epidemiological assessment, behavioral and environmental assessment, and the educational and ecological assessment. In the proceed phases, we have the administrative and policy assessment and implementation, and the three final phases, process, impact, and outcomes evaluation. There are strengths and limitations to this model. The strengths, it is based on the needs of the community that is being served. It starts with extensive needs analysis. It is focused on individuals to be served. It involves working with the community as a whole. It is focused on specific issues for behavior change, and it is influenced by many different theories. The limitations, it is heavily data driven. It requires lots of financial and human resources. In the pre-seed phase can take a long time to outline. It delays the beginning of programs. Constructing a logic model to fit the program design, and the proceed phase requires knowledge of the program evaluation, and it also requires technical skills. Here are some lessons learned through application of the model to the case study. Diagnosing the social issue of Wilcox County African American population suffering from type 2 diabetes. I also learned how to involve stakeholders in the community to join the cause, such as American Diabetes Association, the Department of Public Health, and other participants. The Precede Proceed model showed how to implement strategies in making this population aware of their serious condition. And from this model, finally, I learned how to develop a logic model to see what intervention could be used in reducing this population hospital visits, outlining exactly what role each participant will play in designing a program to educate and train the participants on how to check their foot and blood work daily. Some challenges to this model includes designing a logic model for the population to address their medical needs in Wilcox County, Alabama, working on an intervention program that could be implemented to address the needs in the case study, and coming up with measuring instruments to monitor and evaluate the intervention in the case study. In approaching the challenges previously mentioned, I was able to learn each part of the logic model to be able to come up with an intervention plan. I learned how to apply the Precede-Proceed model to the situation, assessing and identifying specific health problems in the case study, and by looking at data collection and comparing it to hospital records, allow the intervention to be monitored closely in the case study. As I reflect on this model, I would use the same model to assess Wilcox County diabetic population, and I would skip to phase 5 and work with government agencies to get more governmental assistance in the community. I would also collect all the data from existing sources, hospitals, and patients, and use that data to implement an intervention that could address the medical diagnosis very quickly. I would also use phase 7 of the Proceed model to develop a method to track the intervention while at the same time asking if the program was implemented according to protocol. Reference for this assessment was obtained from the following source. Thank you.